Hey there, and Happy New Year to you guys. I thought that I wanted to make a New Year's Eve video that where I'm going to be talking about my Infinity journey throughout 2024. I enjoyed the Infinity journey this year, for last year now. I accomplished a lot in terms of gaming, painting, and even tournament participation, which I think I never did as much work for a hobby that as I did this year for Infinity. Now the setup is a little bit different from our previous video, but I would like to talk about how 2024 went and just my overall opinion of Infinity the game. Now I painted a lot of models. I painted, I believe, 18 models in total. I participated in a Finnish tournament, WinterFor, and then I participated in our local Estonia Tallinn tournament for beginners, Pumpkin Fest. And it was a joy. In Finland, I met a lot of new people. I enjoyed every single game that I had there. I enjoyed the tables, I enjoyed the armies that I played against. I enjoyed the game overall because this is such a complex game and I was never into complex games. I liked more of a simple game like Warhammer 40k or Age of Sigmar, for instance. But something about Infinities that captured me and I really enjoyed it. And my philosophy in wargaming is that I will never chase meta. I will never chase the meta units. I'm going to paint and play what I like the look of. So if I like the Nises, I'm going to use the Nises. If I like the Carvo, I'm going to use the Carvo. I'm not going to look what's the strongest between those two. So I'm going to use whatever I like. But saying that, I like also to use those units and use the maximum of them. So I'm going to use them a lot, learn their weaknesses and strengths, and then play around those weaknesses and strengths. And that's how I enjoyed gaming, and Infinity provides that because I think that Infinity has no useless models and has no useless units or profiles, except if you're Kunai Ninja or Shaxa Longarm in N4. Those were just horrible. But still, I really enjoyed the Housing Force. And then we had this idea to do a local event, I think it was in November, and sadly, it was a virus season. A lot of people got sick and we had a lot of dropouts, but we still had fun. We still presented 4 beautiful tables. We had a couple of new players, local players. We had the War Corps of Riga visiting us, which was always nice. And we just had fun. And I personally would like to make an event here that is more catered to random and fun games than super high competitive players. And let's see how that goes. But now coming down to what I painted, I'm going to start rolling clips of 360 views of my model that I painted. And painting Infinity models, I believe, made me a better painter. How I perceive to paint them and the colors and gradients and everything is totally different than how I painted before my Games Workshop models. Here, how I highlighted the Infinity models is totally different, and I started to look at painting from a different point of view, which I would like to translate to my to Warhammer painting in 2025. And just like nothing to do with Infinity, but I would like to play more Old World. I tried it and I really loved it. It's also a complex game. And I just enjoyed. My favorite model to paint this year, I will say there were 3 models. One of them was the Nisha Sniper. which is actually the model that brought me into Infinity game. It's when the Operation Ice Storm came out, I saw the starter set, and I saw the leather coat sniper, and was like, yeah, I'm sold. And then I saw the Father Knight, and like, I'm even more sold. So those two models were models that made me want to play Infinity. So obviously, Nisha Sniper was one of the models that I really enjoyed to paint. Then the Father Knight with the second model, where I experimented with his sword. I just went into painting the sword blindly. I had some kind of idea of how I wanted to, but I didn't know how to execute it. And in the end, it didn't come out at all as I was expecting it to, but I really liked the end result. And the third model that I really enjoyed to paint was the Link Eye. I never paint yellow. I always heard that yellow is a very hard color to paint, and I don't know, I enjoyed every second of it. Plus, it was a very bad cast. It had a lot of massive gaps that I had to fill with green stuff, and that also challenged my sculpting skills. And I think I'm not going to brag, but I think I did it seamlessly on the Link Eye, and I really enjoyed it. Now, I do have some goals for 2025 when it comes to Infinity. One of those goals is to attend Talvisota, again in Helsinki. Again, felt very greeted when I came to Helsinki first time to play their event in the summer, and I would like to come there again. Plus, Talvisota is a satellite event, and there's going to be more players, and I just gladly going to come back. The second event that I was thinking of joining would be Cyberbotics, but at this point I'm not so sure that I want to go there anymore. So Talvisota is a must for me to go. Then I would like to search or research events in France or Italy, because I want to travel to more events throughout Europe. I would gladly go to the Swedish event, but it's on the day that I'm working, I think in January. So sadly I have to miss it, but that would be also my goals if I had the day free. Second goal is, as you can see here on the table, you see some unfinished terrain. Now, I had these Mars hills for a very long time. I started playing war games Games Workshop war games when I was 14 years of age, and I think I built these Mars hills at the age of 16 or 17, but I never was quite happy with them. So for our local event that we did in November, I was asked to make a new table, which I rushed, and I didn't really enjoy when I put it together. And in December or the end of November, I started to cut all of the things that I built, which are these pillars of alien architecture, and I decided to combine them with the hills and to make them more scenic, so to speak. I really want to make this alien ruined planet with no civilization and no technology on it. That's how I want to do it. And the second goal with this terrain is to make it modular, so you can put pieces however you want, but also playable. So when it comes to stairs, I'm using cork and building it up as stairs, but I'm also making sure that there's a lot of flat area where you can place the model so they don't fall. Because one minus with this kind of terrain is that the hills are covered with sand and PVA, so they're very rough. If the model falls, it's going to scratch the paint, which I don't want to. So I'm trying to build as much of flat surface area as I can, so the models can stay on them without falling. So that's a big project. I hope I'm going to finish it in 2 months' time. I really hope so. Now, the second goal for this year is obviously to paint more Infinity, and as already mentioned, more Old World. But Infinity comes in at number 1. That's my priority. And for the Talvisota event, I already made a new list. I already play tested it and I loved it. Maybe because it's still a game of dice, so dice decides a lot. But I think that how the first game went, the Kunai Ninja is now going to be in my list. When I picked Svalarheima, obviously I picked them because they had Nisse. Second of all, because they had knights, they had hospitallers, knights of justice. and I had to take them because those are my two favorite models, as I already mentioned previously. But the third model that I really liked was the kunai ninjas. I liked Infinity game for the aesthetic that they had: ninjas, knights, Shaolin monks. All of that is so awesome to me. And seeing N5 and how they updated the ninja profile made it playable. I want to use it now. So in my first test game of N5, he killed like a lot. He was a Chuck Norris of my army. So for the Talvisota, I'm definitely going to paint Shono Karano. I really like the model. I have the Aristea one. I'm going to paint the Kunai Ninja, and I planning to paint the Boik because he's awesome. I love the model, and the new profile is also cool. I have a old Shasvasti Specula model, the female one that I want to paint as my HVT, and then I'm going to paint the however the medic or paramedic knight is called, the infirmary ability it's called, because I love the model and it can join the fire team with the Boik, so a duo. So those are the models that I'm going to paint. Tournament is going to be in March, so I have to paint them. If I'm going to take them all for the event, I'm not sure. It all depends how the playtesting of the list goes, but those are my priority models to paint this year. Then I also got my hands on the ITS Yotoms model, and it has a lot of issues. It has a lot of massive gaps that I have to fill in, but it's going to be a slow progress. I already glued all the pieces. I'm going to assemble it slowly while green stuffing all the gaps and making sure that it's also seamless. So that's going to be a long project. And when it's assembled, then I'm going to paint it. Because I never played with the tags and I really want to play it. Even though I absolutely hate how the Jotuns look like, I would wish that the Svalarheima would get the cutter, but it is what it is. And again, going to use whatever I have. So that's a short video for you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. That's just a small heads up for 2025. I'm also planning to do some video battle reports for Infinity. I already started doing written ones that you can find on my Facebook page. But a personal preference would be to try and make a video one, which is going to be very hard. And it takes a lot of time to play the game and film it. It takes a lot of time to edit it, and I'm not sure that I'm going to have the time for it. But it's one of the things I want to try in 2025. So, once again, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're going to have a great, amazing year, and I see you in the next one. Bye.